11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Casting live from Fort Maud Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina, this is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports. The Charleston Predators play host to the 5-1 Denver Nightwings. I'm Colin Northup on play-by-play. Rick Northup is on color.
Good afternoon.
And we have Jeff Lowe in the truck manning stats for us. Charleston is 2-4, but they beat their neighbors directly north of them, the Carolina Skyhawks, in the first ever battle of the Carolinas. And Denver, well, no longer undefeated, are still in good position for a top seed in the SFL postseason race.
Definitely one of the power teams in the league, Colin, that be Denver. And look at those uniforms.
We'll get more of those in a minute.
For the Predators.
As T.D. Brew shakes hands with Josh Miller, calls a toss point in the air. Heads and the Predators elect to put T.D. Drew and the offense on the field first.
There we go.
Well, Rick, we've seen these teams in action a couple times this year. We saw Charleston against Las Vegas. You'd think they would need to get Keith Swearingen going.
Yeah, they definitely do, and he's a load. If he's having a great day, he's a lot to handle and should be a difference maker for them.
We also have some rookie debuts on both sides. Lee Adema, cornerback for the Nightwings, and the Predators have a female place kicker, Amanda Moyer, just signed this week.
Welcome to the league, Amanda.
Kramer Jackman set to kick this off, and we are underway. A couple yards deep in the end zone coming out is DeLuke, and DeLuke gets blown up before he reaches the 20 at his own 18-yard line.
Almost a WWE wrestling move there as a forearm shiver sends him to the turf. And Colin, talk about why the Predators uniforms are shocking pink.
Well, they're their cancer awareness uniforms.
And specifically for breast cancer.
Yes.
Which is a horrific disease. As if you needed me to tell you that.
T.D. Drew under center gives off to Keith Swearingen up the middle, and Swearingen picks up 3 yards on the first play. So besides Swearingen and Drew, the receivers are Ken McCarroll and Shea Carroll, and the tight end is Sean Harrelson. We'll get to the Denver defense in a minute.
As we've got 2nd and 7, and they're going to go standard 3 wide.
2 to the bottom, 1 to the top, and Drew, quick drop, avoids the sack, dumps it off to DeLuke, and DeLuke, he got the first down all on his own.
Wow, the safety valve looks like he's going to be stoned. A little dipsy-do. Gets the first down, Colin. And how about him shaking off that would-be tackler with that quick 3-step drop? I thought, oh no, he's dead.
That was the pickup of 7, according to our statistician, Jeff Lowe. Here's the second carry of the game for Swearingen, and Swearingen picks his way through, picks up 4 yards. Mike Sawchuk, the inside linebacker, and on to tackle number 92. The corners are B.J. Armstrong and Justin Jones, and Adema, we already mentioned him at the top of the broadcast. He's the third corner. The safeties are Josh Vasquez and Nicholas Warner. The defensive tackle is Bailey Buck, and the other linebacker is Adam Wiseman, number 52. He was signed last week. Here's the give to Swearingen. He only picks up a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 situation. Sawchuk again, racking up another tackle here in the early going. And Drew will line up in an empty backfield set. 2 wide to either side. He's back to throw. 7-step drop. Fires down the field. He's got a man to complete for a first down to the Nightwing 45-yard line. That is Sean Harrelson.
Making that look easy. with that pass, Colin, and that's how you can tell. Get an early indication he may be feeling it.
That was a pickup of some 22 yards on third down.
22.
And Swearingen is in the backfield as Drew. Pop flies this one. It's a bit of a duck and goes quacking into Vasquez on the coverage. That's incomplete.
Well, that may have been an intentional misfire there, as he was well covered. And just sort of threw it away without throwing it away, if you know what I mean.
TD Drew, one of a handful of players to move with this team to Charleston from Indianapolis when the team moved this offseason. Changes to play at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw he goes. Fires it out to Dennis McCarro, and he picks up close to 10 yards on the play. Set up a 3rd and inches. Tackle made by Josh Vasquez. A 3rd and inches situation. Whole playbook open here, but prime Swearingen territory. Again, staring at a nickel defense from the Night Wings. Gives off to Swearingen, easily picks up the first down and a lot more.
Just kind of rumbles off right tackle there, Colin. Gets into the secondary, makes it look easy again. Here, the Denver defense
follows the pulling guard around and doesn't get touched until Vasquez makes the tackle.
Here, the Denver defense, you're looking at Charleston putting together a nice opening drive here, and suddenly they're knocking on the door of the red zone.
Drew under center. This time the 2 receivers go to the top. It's a quick drop. Fires it out, complete for about a 7-yard pickup to the 19. That is Carroll, his first reception.
Did you see the man going long on the post that was open on that same side of the field, Colin? Drew missed him. Probably, maybe even missed a score with that one, but still a good sturdy pickup.
Now they go bunch this time. With the man isolated to the bottom, they get to Swearingen toward the bottom side, and he gets racked up in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Nothing doing, says Denver. I heard the call from yours truly. The shout out for a little bit better defense here. Unfortunately for Denver, they've already allowed Charleston to get themselves into the field goal position.
3rd down and 6 situation. They have to get to about the 15 for a conversion. And the throw is knocked away. Nicholas Warner knocked that away from Sean Harrelson. And otherwise, that could have been 6 points.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but he gets his hand in there.
And Moyer will be on the field to try her first field goal attempt. The rookie just signed this week. So be out of the hold of Warren King. They'll spot it.
Look, she looks good in practice. Obviously did well in the tryout.
This is the right hash mark.
Left.
Left hash mark. And the kick is up, and it is no good.
Oh, did it hit an upright? Oh no!
Oh no! And the poor girl.
It's crushing first attempt.
The iron is unkind.
Unkind. Whoa. The goalie's friend, post, shows up here. Well,
there's a look at Avery Allen. Good to Josh Miller and the rest of his offensive compadres after this play. He's got split back from the backfield. Miller makes the snap, throws, and it's almost caught by Giacomo Jones. But prior to that, it was knocked up in the air by I believe that was Zachary Bates. So Miller is the quarterback. Jared McChesney is the running back. Giacomo Jones, Logan Keel are the wide receivers, and Avery Allen, number 85, is the tight end.
Yeah, I want to get back to Amanda Moyer, and she's getting an early lesson on shaking it off because they're obviously going to need her the rest of the game.
countering the nickel defense. And the throw, slight cut over the middle. It's complete for a pickup down to the 36. That was number 14, Graham Canyon, on the reception. Set up a 3rd and 2 situation.
Charleston D trying to stone them right here and get the ball back.
Press coverage from the DBs. They first carry for Jared McChesney. He'll get stopped for no gain. Jack Brown, number 42, with a great stop. The linebacker from Mexico City.
And don't forget the great face mask, the single bar old school.
He, along with Brendan, hit on the linebackers.
Once you have your nose broken once or twice, what's 3 or 4 more times? I mean, really, that face mask just gets in the way.
Lily Long to punt this away for the Night Wings. Zachary Bates waiting back deep.
Copy 30.
And a return by Bates up to the 26-yard line. You are watching Simulation Football League presented by AFC Music on the 11th Sports Network.
Clear.
You love
15.
Roundup and were diagnosed.
Back on the field at Charleston, South Carolina. Predators take over on their own 26 and a missed field goal their first drive. They're looking to get points this time as Drew drops back to throw, fires an in cut to the receiver, Shea Carroll, who's brought down after a pickup of 7 yards on the play.
And that was a big hit. He may have been momentarily comatose. Everybody gets up. Gets himself back to the huddle.
Second catch for 14 yards for Carroll. That was a pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Thank you, Jeff Lowe, for supplying that information. Swearingen lined off to the right-hand side. He gets the ball straight up the middle and will only pick up a yard, setting up a 3rd and 2.
Night Wings are ready for that, and they're fully aware that Swearingen gets going. That's a problem, and they're keying on him now.
Logan Mack on the tackle. We haven't heard a lot from Bailey Baca. His teammates call him Chewie after the famous Star Wars character. And Drew back to throw. Fires deep down the field. It's intercepted. The pass is picked off by B.J. Armstrong, who returns it to the 39-yard line.
Drew had the right idea, but he just throws it a tad under instead of out in front and to the sideline. He throws it short a little bit to the inside, and that allows them to make the pick, Colin.
And Jack Hoffman and Zachary Bates and the rest of them will come out here. Bates and Hoffman are the free safeties. The corners are Paul Connolly and Cowan and Holly. Paul Connolly's the strong safety, actually, as Jared McChesney gets the carry and he picks up 5 yards. His first positive run of the day. And the handoff is to McChesney, but he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage by Brandon Haight, number 52.
He might have even lost a little bit on that, Colin.
We have a 3rd down and 5. Miller. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Here's the give to McChesney, and he lost a yard that time officially. as we'll get a look in the chat. Hello. We have Eddie Gage. We have Nick Castle, the Average Joker, Chad Battle, Doug Day. I see Ramos Lynn out there. And Kramer Jackman has never missed a field goal attempt in his career.
He's got a 51-yarder here.
He's got a big leg. And the kick is on the way, and it is good for 51 yards.
Well, that is definitely a big leg.
So Denver gets 3 points on the board, and they lead 3-0 here in the first quarter. 2:20 left in the quarter, by the way.
And we're looking at Charleston Predators in their shocking pink uniforms as part of breast cancer awareness, Colin, and that's a terrible disease.
As DeLuke fields it about 5 yards deep coming out of his end zone, and he gets to the 20.
If you're a lady watching the game, welcome, and don't forget to take care of your health and get yourself checked.
Don't forget, you can go from the couch to the field by visiting simulationfl.net to join our Discord server, and you have check-ins, and you could be signed as soon as this week. The team's always looking for spots. One more week where rookies can be signed to throw out the Swearingen. He picks up 5 yards on the swing.
I want to continue my PSA for breast cancer awareness. We, as many of you know, Colin and I are based out of Ann Arbor, which is a home to a couple of giant health systems, including the University of Michigan. We know a researcher over there who's working on a couple of things. One that will have an early screen for the intensity or the severity of the type of breast cancer that might be discovered, and also treatments for if there is a surgical procedure, making sure that it's gone post surgery. So a lot of good science on that. Sorry, Colin.
As Swearingen picks up the first down. He said he was injured on the play. We'll get another look at it here momentarily. Team's leading rusher.
I don't know, he got up okay. Under his own power. Not quite dead yet.
In the meantime, if we do have to see the backup running back, it'll be Carroll Knight. And Drew pop flies this one, knocked away by Sawchuk. The deflection. And Drew, trying to bounce back from the early interception, is 6 of 9 for 58 yards. Thank you, Jeff Lowe, for keeping track of the statistics here.
Indeed. I think it helps everybody understand and enjoy the broadcast better.
Trips to the bottom. Here's the give on second down, but we got a flag as Knight was wrapped up in the line of scrimmage, but that flag was thrown immediately as the ball was snapped. I wonder if somebody jumped.
Maybe.
No, we have a hold. We have an offensive holding on the Predators. Offensive guard number 60s. No, that's the tackle number 67, James Moat. Yeah, the guilty party there grabbed too much of somebody's.
And they threw that flag almost immediately after the ball was snapped. He must have gotten a great jump. And the lineman just had to hang on for dear life.
We have a 2nd and 20 situation. Drew will have to fire this out cut, and it is caught at the 31-yard line. That's the third catch for Carroll. 22 yards for him. Sets up a 3rd and 12. Don't have to get all of it on one play, just get a lot of it to make it somewhat manageable.
Well, now at 3rd and 12, they need to get all of it if they want to continue to possess the ball.
They go trips to the bottom. Staring at a nickel defense from the Night Wings. And Drew. Quick drop back, fires out, cut. He has to go a long way. Does DeLuke, and he will not get the first down. He's 4 yards short. Justin Jones on the tackle.
That's going to stop that possession. That missed field goal looming a little larger as we get down to the end of the first quarter.
And this will likely be the last play as the punt is away, nearly blocked. A fair catch called for at the 26, so we'll actually get one more play.
Copy that, so no 210.
Is the running
So
back.
the 30 at the end of the quarter, then the 210.
He'll get the carry here, and there goes Jared McChesney. He got the first down, a lot more, broke a couple tackles, almost broke it open. We reached the end of first quarter with the Denver Night Wings on top of the Charleston Predators, 3-0. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on the 11 Sports Network. Just beautiful running there by McChesney. All right.
Hey, we can hear control now.
So, back on the field in Charleston, Night Wings are in front 3-0. This game could easily be tied 3 apiece, but Charleston missed a field goal as Jared McChesney gets a carry for 2 yards. Set up a 2nd and 8 situation. There's Jack Brown, big free agent acquisition from Mexico City this offseason. And we have standard pro set backfield formation. Giacomo Jones to the top of your screen, 2 tight ends. Here's to give to Jared McChesney, and he only picks up a yard. If that, Brandon Haid, the big linebacker, stopping him in his tracks immediately.
Indeed. And you're listening over there to Colin Northrup doing the play-by-play. I'm Rick Northrup on the color and the bad joke, handling the bad jokes as well.
As Denver will spread out 5 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. And the throw over the middle is picked up. It's Brandon Haight, but we have a flag down.
Oh, what are we going to
As
have?
Haight grabs the ball out of the air. R62 with the call. We have pass interference on Jack Brown. So, big break for the Night Wings here.
Oh, my. That's too bad for your Predators. Denver retains possession.
And the ball moves to the Charleston 47-yard line. Here is Miller. Drops this up to McChesney. His first catch. He picks up the first down. Ran over Johnny Bravo, but then Brandon Haight came and cleaned it up.
That just doesn't sound right. Johnny Bravo should never get run over. Is it just me? Who's with me on that?
Boom!
Ow.
There's the man who many felt should have been Offensive Player of the Year He's a bona fide MVP candidate for the Night Wings as they made the run to the championship game. Here's Josh Miller. Fires down the field on a post. Almost intercepted. Calvin and Holly, the rookie. The 5th overall pick in the draft. This year's rookie draft. Almost took that away. 2nd and 10. There's a look at Miller.
Obviously thought they saw something there, and it has the beneficial, the salutatory there. So far, the salutatory effect of stretching Charleston D a little bit.
And Miller swing out to McChesney, and Jared will pick up about 7 yards. So we have Keith Swearingen. He's out with a broken finger.
Oh.
He'll be done for the rest of the day. It'll be interesting to see how Charleston plays him.
Who's going to carry the load now, Colin?
Well, it's got to be on the right arm of T.D. Drew.
Someone's got to carry the
Miller back to throw, fires over the middle, and dropped.
Couple of good
pass intended for Avery out.
Couple of good defensive plays by the secondary for the Predators here just in the last couple of plays. Brandon Haight-Ashbury just gets messed with enough and can't haul.
No, that was actually Zachary Bates, the old Gladiator linebacker.
Thank you, yeah.
And then, Kramer Jackman to try. Hey.
So they're going to place that at the 34, so it's going to be a 44-yarder.
Out of the right hash. And Losman's hold is good, and the kick by Jackman is straight down the middle. 6-0 Denver in front of Charleston. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. This afternoon's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Custom Music Library, and Custom Music House. Buy fuel beyond imagination. Visit the all-new SFLinteractive.net today. Matt Doyle designs the official branding partner of the Simulation Football League. And MediaTek Institute, turn your passion into your profession. The aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, United by Drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. That's views spelled VUZ.com.
Fabulous pictures. Love that. Well, we've got a 6-0 contest here, Colin.
And the kickoff is away from Jackman. And DeLuke will return this up to the 22. So Keith Swearingen is out with a broken finger. So most of Charleston's production has to come from the left-handed southpaw arm of T.D. Drew. Jeremy Vega, owner of the Denver Night Wings, just brought an interesting statistic to my attention. Kramer Jackman is 48 for 48. He's 2 away from going 50 for 50 for his career, which has to be some kind of record. Here's the get to Carroll, and Carroll will pick up 2 yards. That's Knight, rather.
Carroll Knight, yeah, and I was just going to mention, as you were going, talk about the backup. They've got both Carroll Knight and they've got a fullback Lionel Kay at their disposal, do the Predators. We'll see if they've got the right calls to utilize that personnel package in the build without Swearingen.
Here's Drew. Gives off to Knight again, up the middle. Carrying defenders to the 29 to make it a 3rd and 3. Oh, just kidding. Keith Swearingen inserted back into the game. They must have taped up the finger.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up from the spotters. Yes, we're going off about the broken finger, out for 3 weeks, and here he is. Maybe it was amputated. Who knows?
Here's Drew. Quick drop. Fires. Outcut. First down to Shea Carroll. Another catch for Shea. His 4th. His 4th catch for 26 yards on 5 targets. Makara has a 1 catch for 10. And Zachary Bates told him, it's telling us how he broke his finger.
Oh, don't even. You can get into the chat. Jump onto the chat if you're into that stuff.
Here's the give to Swearingen, breaks the tackle, and plows his way for a pickup of 4. If you want to join our community, right now there's owners, players, coaches, right in the chat. It's 11 Sports Next for those interested. Here's Drew. Staring at a blitz from Sawchuk. They give off to Swearingen instead.
Whoa!
Almost carried a man to the 1st down. They'll mark him just short.
There's the value of Swearingen, even with an ouchy finger, as the kids used to say. And, he with his broken finger, he's trying to pull the Rick meter, which we haven't talked about yet, which the Rick meter is shading towards Denver at this point in the game.
Castle up over the ball. Drew turns, gives to Swearingen on a stretch. He'll lose 3 yards as Mike Sawchuk again, the tackling machine, brings him down, and Charleston will have to punt once again.
And the prescient comment about favoring Denver holds up as they stone Swearingen on that 3rd and short. So here's the punt.
Here's the punt is away.
Sorry, Colin.
And the return set up. Oh, Stephen Vega got blown up.
Blown up, sir.
As soon as he received the ball.
Stephen Vega, a.k.a. Sergeant Hulka, gets blown up, forcing the team to complete their training on their own.
High formation setup. Giacomo Jones is in the slot. Logan Keel, they call him the old timer, is at the top of the formation. Instead, they go to Chesney, and Jared McChesney will pick up 7 yards on the swing. Jack Hoffman on the tackle.
and it was the lineman. Who was that? No, it was Brandon Haight. Sort of takes a bad route. He had him on that swing pass, ends up running into his own man and can't make the tackle.
There's a look at the chat here. Talking about Swearingen's injury is
Among other things, yes.
Jared McChesney has 35 yards on 9 carries. A little bit slow to get going, but his team is in front 6-0. We have a 3-man backfield set up now. The extra tight end for the Nightwings is in. That is R.J. Decker as McChesney takes a swing, runs over Johnny Bravo again. He's going to have tire tracks all over him.
And that extra tight end was in there to be a lead blocker and passes on the man who actually made the tackle and heads downfield. Going to get a bad grade on that play for him.
3-man backfield again. Here's the power play to the right side for McChesney, but pick up the first down with ease. Another first down for Jared. Holly on the tackle.
Well, the Predators had 3 men on both sides of the line, lined up as linebackers just slightly outside of the line, and Denver doesn't even care. They run right at them. And
there's a look at the signings this week. Leah Dima. We haven't called his name, and unfortunately for Amanda Moyer, she missed her only field goal attempt. Josh Miller fires his pass out to Avery Allen.
Yeah, I think it was Leah Dama.
Leah
Adema?
Adama, yeah. Apologize as Allen catches the outcut. It's knocked out of bounds past the marker.
Well, there's Haight giving his mates a little pep talk here as Denver's putting together a bit of a drive as they cross the 50 and on the plus side of the field for them.
Here's Twins to the top of the field. They're in the gun. Miller to throw. Fires down the field, complete to Avery Allen.
I think the Predator secondary was confused there as they had 3 guys trying to cover 2 to the right side of the Nightwings formation, and Miller takes advantage of it.
Josh
hits the post to the left side of the formation. Sorry.
Josh Miller has hit his last several passes in a row. I'll get the exact numbers from Jeff Lowe, our statistician, in a moment after this play. Throws another pass, complete this one to Logan Keel, and Keel will pick up 6 yards.
Yeah, the last thing the Predators want to do is have it be Miller time before the game's over. And you know what I'm saying?
That is Keel's first catch. He picks up 6 yards. Welcome to the game, Logan Keel. 2 tight ends balanced, standard pro set backfield. Miller drops this off again to McChesney. He couldn't turn the corner.
Headset off. Laugh control. That's just bad. Wide open, a first down, totally available.
Instead, it's a 3rd down and 2. Clock stop at 2:15.
Not that Denver can't pick up a 3rd and short, but come on.
3 to the bottom. Here's to get to Jared McChesney. He's stopped. And we've reached the field. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by AP Music on the 11 Sports Network.
Doing a nice job, Colin.
Yeah, we got
it's a little back and forth defensive thing going on here.
Yeah, well,
I think we'll have some dad jokes in the second half here.
All right. So I'm looking at the numbers here. Miller's 9 of 12 for 73 yards. McChesney has only 10 carries for 36. It's kind of weird, but 5 catches for 33. So he's almost as many receiving yards as he does rushing yards. All right, good idea. Kramer Jackman on to try another field goal. He's already made 2, one from 44, 51. This one about the same distance as the one last time. Out of the hole.
Be a 36-plus yarder.
Out of the hole, the pajamas Losman. And that kick is right down the middle. And the man they call the most valuable kicker in the SFL, I believe, hit a milestone that is just amazing. He's 50 of 50 in his career. He's never missed.
Yeah, well, and we've got an old-timey score here, 9-0. Colin, why don't you tell us about the game so far statistically as we look at the kickoff here.
And DeLuke will return it up to the 22. So Josh Miller's 9 of 12 for 73 yards. And Logan Kills 1 catch for 6 yards. Avery Allen 2 for 26. Jared McChesney 36 rushing yards on 10 carries. 5 receptions, 33 yards. TD Drew has 9 completions out of 13 attempts for 78 yards.
McChesney having a very balanced game between his yardage from rushing and receptions.
Here is Swearingen with another carry. Carries 2 defenders. Adds 5 more yards to his total. He had 36 coming in. And just a lot of tackles on the defensive side. Brandon Haight has 4 tackles for Charleston. Leading tackler is Mike Sawchuk for Denver with 5.
Those are good third quarter, fourth quarter stats. We're still in the first half for both those guys.
And Swearingen spins off of the carries 2 more past the first down marker. Remember, Charleston elected to receive the ball, and oh boy, this is a big time injury for Denver as their leading tackler and quarterback of their defense, Mike Sawchuk, is down on the field.
Take another look at it. I didn't really. He just lay down and then slightly teleported across the field. Well, let's we'll keep our eye open for an injury update.
Now there's an opening for the Predators, especially if they want to run. The backup linebacker is Gary Taylor, number 50. As over the middle, complete first down, and here comes the hurry up.
Interesting, they forced the linebackers to cover on that, and
that's Maccaro's second catch. He's lined up in the bunch. And the back and throw is Drew. Now it fires an outcut out of bounds to Shea Carroll. He picks up 9. Clock stop with a minute to go. Ball to the Nightwing 45. And these Predators smell blood in the water.
And they're sensing an opportunity, and my coach's heart sings at that last sequence where they had a good gain and then executed a quick play and then got out of bounds to stop the clock. 2nd and 1.
Trips to the bottom, whole playbook open. They have 3 timeouts left. Counter play to Swearingen, following his guard, cuts inside, and will get down to 36. They do not use the timeout.
Wow. Let's see.
Instead, they go quickly to the line, fire over the middle, slant cut to DeLuke.
Oh, you're
and now they call the timeout with 42 seconds left as they get down to the Nightwing 27.
Right on, brothers, right on. I got a buck for anybody who's got a Wright Brothers pen still.
Now the linebacker in there, too, is Echo Love. Previously contracted player, now taking a reserve role. 2nd and 2. Drew fires, outcut up the field, but he was tackled in bounds at the 23. They have to hurry. 32 seconds left and counting. Drew, medium drop back, pumps, has to dump it off the Swearingen, runs over a defender.
Got timeout. Come on, there they go.
Call another timeout with 23 seconds.
You know, the play before that, Colin, Denver knew they were going to throw. They dropped everybody. They just rushed 4, but they dropped everybody into coverage, and Predators were still able to make the completion. Good on them.
Interesting scenario for Ken McCarrow today. He's facing off against one of his former teams as Shea Carroll has 5 catches for 35 yards on 5 targets. 2nd and 6. Deep drawback for Drew. Fires to the end zone. Oh, up in the and drop is Sean Harrelson, the tight end.
Oh,
who converted from wide receiver.
Was that
dropped it?
Was that tipped, or did he just let it go off his hands? I don't think we're going to get another look at it.
And it looked like Ronnie Bell against Middle Tennessee State. He had a couple of those dropsies yesterday. Yeah, 3rd down and 6. Field goal still in play from the 19.
You're going to throw
and
again?
Drew almost sacked. He just got rid of it. And there is Beauty Jenkins. And Moyer again with an opportunity to redeem herself. This time a bit of a shorter field goal. Warren King is the holder.
And I wouldn't be so hard on her for the first one. She did hit the upright. It wasn't like it was a jacked kick. And it was her first live kick in game action. So
they're spotting this from the 25. Good snap, good spot, good hold. And from 35 yards away, she makes it.
Yeah.
So that's her first career field goal as she gets 3 points for her team.
All right. Congratulations. Breaking the ice.
Now it's a 9-3 game. I tell you who would be at home in this kind of game is the Rockettes with all the kicks that are going on.
I thought you were going to say Fielding Yost and Amos Alonzo Stagg. I believe like 9-8 or something was the first Big Ten championship game.
Look at all the signings this week. OKC signed a contracted receiver, Joe Clark Jr. Matthew Braun was signed by Vancouver. And Steven Vega, he doesn't get blown up this time. He returns it to the 26.
Yeah, he's fired up.
There is 7 seconds, so it appears to me that the Night Wings will just hand the ball off to McChesney and call it good.
Actually, I believe the first Western Conference championship that the University of Michigan won, which came over the University of Chicago, was a 2-0 affair.
Or something like that, is McChesney.
No, I believe that's correct, and I think those were the 2 points that the Chicago Maroons had given up all season, and it cost them the Western Conference championship. How about that?
9-3 at halftime. It's Rick. We'll get a look at the statistics here for good measure. This is kind of a throwback. Get your knuckles down and get a little dirty.
Look at the time of possession.
Predators over 12 minutes of time of TOP.
That should, if that continues, that will produce more points for the Predators. But the Night Wings are holding serve here.
Only 71 passing yards for Denver. Charleston does have the 1 turnover, though. TD Drew, 118 yards. The question is who got the ball first? It was Charleston. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, they elected to receive. And Jared McChesney, 39 rushing yards on the ground. Mike Sawchuk with 6 tackles, but he ended up leaving the game with an undisclosed injury. Keep an eye on him. That'd be a huge loss in the middle of the defense. Kramer Jackman accounts for all 9 of the Night Wings points. Jaron McChesney, actually the leading receiver, 31 yards. Giacomo Jones does not have a catch. He only has one target. Back on the field here in Fort Ward Memorial Stadium, I'm Colin Northup. My color man is Rick Northup. Jeff Lowe is manning stats for us in the truck. Thank you, Mr. Lowe. And Cameron Irvine is the executive producer back at us. Executive producer of this game and every game here in the Simulation Football League. Moyer's kick is away. It's relatively deep, fielded about the 10 by Vega. Up the middle it goes and gets down to the 28-yard line. So the Nightwings have a 6-point lead in the 9-3, and they get the ball first here in the third quarter. Rick, what does Denver need to do a little bit differently?
Well, I think Denver needs to possess the ball a little bit more because I think you should be worried about you're trying to keep Charleston's offense off the field, especially with Swearingen and his broken finger back on.
Here is Chesney. He had to cut around traffic a little bit. And there's the report on Mike Sawchuk. He suffered back spasms. Will be out the rest of the game.
But we shall see. Miracle things happen here in the SFL, and that would explain, Colin, why he suddenly just kind of went down without much contact. His back was tightening up.
Don't forget to like the Simulation Football League on Instagram at SimulationFL as Miller fires it out. It is complete to Logan Keel to the Denver 41. A little more downfield shots taken by these Nightwings as he points to the scoreboard saying, "We're up 9-6. He makes the beautiful catch on the sideline there in front of the rookie, Callan and Holly.
I'd like to point out, if you're just joining us, or if you've been on and kind of forgot, the Predators have hot pink uniforms on today as to bring attention to breast cancer and breast cancer awareness as we get ready for the next play, Colin.
3-man backfield setup. Jared McChesney gets the ball. Here goes Jared McChesney. He picks up 6 yards. And for McChesney, he now has 39 yards on 11 carries.
And just to continue real quick, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up in October, I believe. And September is Child Cancer Awareness Month.
There are plenty of awful diseases. Kudos to this Predator organization for bringing awareness to such a dark issue as Miller. Oh, he was almost intercepted by Johnny Bravo. He's
Bravo's gone celebrate. I think the ball may have gone through his hands. So, no.
We got an update from Mexico. The Aztecs are laying a whooping down on the San Francisco Sharks, 35-3.
Yikes.
Of course, they're coming off a big 43-0 shutout victory over the St. Louis Gladiators. Certainly unexpected. 3rd down and 4. Jared McChesney carries defenders past the first downs.
Proud of you to bring that up, Colin, as owner of the St. Louis organization. And then speaking with the health updates, continuing with the health updates, November is, of course, Men's Health Month, including prostate cancer awareness. So if you're either a dude or you know a dude or you love a dude, you got to make sure, guys, take care of yourselves. Get those exams. Get those PSA tests.
As the throw over the middle, knocked away. Brandon Haight, he's a big linebacker at 6'8". He just had to reach up there with his paw, and with little effort, he swatted it away like Dikembe Mutombo. 2nd and 10. Ball is marked on the Predator 47. Steve Aoki is the fullback in front of Jared McChesney. Reserve tight end is also there. They'll throw out to McChesney. He's got blockers, got 2 of them. And Jack Hoffman with a nice tackle as he picks up 6 on a swing. That'll be 3rd down and 4. Get a look at some of this stuff. For Charleston, they're only 2 of 7 on 3rd down today. Looking to change. And Denver's 2 of 6, so both teams have struggled. Here's Miller, down the middle of the field. Hello, that's a completion to Giacomo
Wow.
Jones.
I actually
His first reception of the day comes at a huge time for his team.
Indeed it does, and I actually thought that was going to be a pick. But instead, it's not, and they've got to wrestle him down.
Paul Connolly was in the neighborhood, but he didn't get quite there fast enough.
W-R-A-S-T-L-E, wrestle.
Here's split backs, one receiver, and it's Jones. Here's Jared McChesney on the carry, follows his blockers,
that's
and
a
he's
beauty.
Into the end zone for the first 10 of the day.
Oh, he's going to get touched all right. It's a touchdown. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Dad, I know they're just jokes to you because you are a dad, but come on.
I don't know why they call them dad jokes. To me, they're just jokes.
What a beautiful block by number 65, Buddy Butterworth, the offensive tackle, getting down the field, walling people off.
It was getting the big uglies out in front and making a difference there. That was a very good-looking touchdown. That was real football view.
And with 7:57 to go, Kramer Jackman will boot the extra point up and through, so it's 16-3 Denver in front of Charleston. So they take the ball and score right away. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on the 11 Sports Network. And so the Night Wings are in front, 16-3, as we welcome you back to Charleston, South Carolina. Our drive summary indicates that was a 10-play, 58-yard drive, and DeLuke will just down this in the end zone, and the ball will come out to the 20.
Colin, that was capped by a real pretty, real football-looking scoring play, and now we got a real football score, 16-3. We're talking about the pink uniforms for breast cancer awareness. September is Child Cancer Awareness Month, and don't forget about that. There's a lot of, as you mentioned, Colin, really bad childhood cancer diseases, and do what you can.
And the throw over the middle is to complete to McCarroll. He picks up 7. So, Rick, if you're Charleston, you really have to go down and get 7 at this juncture.
That's the goal. You really can't settle for a field goal. They've had 2 field goal attempts, made 1. They're 1 for 2, but they do need 7 here. They're going to need to keep pace. Denver is just such a load, and they're going to wear you down, both physically and on the scoreboard.
As Swearingen spins out 2 people and picks up the first down with ease.
He goes all whirlpool with his top-loading washer move.
Jeremy Vega said, shout out to Mrs. Butterworth for letting her big boy's son play football. Those kind of comments make the SFL community, and it really is a community, great. As Keith Swearingen gets another carry. Here's Keith.
And another first down.
Defenders down. They're really taking advantage of the fact that Sawchuk is no longer patrolling the middle of the field.
Yeah, that is definitely helping Swearingen in the running game. So to continue with what Charleston do, obviously they need touchdowns, and they're down by 2 scores. And even though it's a low-scoring game, as I said, Denver's a problem, and you can't let them get away from you. I think 2 scores is about the biggest that you're really going to feel comfortable with. 2-score margin. Get down 3 to them, and it's going to be a problem, a big problem.
2 receivers to the bottom. Here's Swearingen again, and this time he's stopped for a 1-yard loss in the backfield. Number 55, Deontay Phillips, came flying out of nowhere to make a great tackle.
You know, everybody's smart, right? But you can still make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. And they had no middle linebacker, the Night Wings did, and Swearingen should have gone right up the middle there.
Here's Drew back to throw, pumps, down he goes! Hello, Bailey Chewbacca. What a time to get your first sack.
I think Drew had his eyes downfield, which is obviously he was trying to he threw the pump in there to get some separation, and he didn't notice the free runner that had come off the block right in his grill.
2 receivers to the top. And Drew over the middle, nearly intercepted Nicholas Warner. Pass intended for Shea Carroll. And for the Predators, they only have converted now 2 of 8.
On third down?
On third down. This will only be their third punt, I want to say, in 6 drives. It's those kind of nuggets that are useful when you have a back there.
Thank you.
Jeff Lowe.
Let's see. So
doing it for us. 2
field goal attempts and a pick.
Yeah.
That reconciles the remaining 3.
All right. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports Network.
Brought to you by
APM Music. And we just had 18 people join our wonderful community of people of all ages, backgrounds, and countries. Yes, I said countries represented. Jared Chesney stopped immediately in the swing by Brendan A.
When did all those people join? Was that like over the last year, Colin?
No, that was just today.
Today. Get out of town.
They're trying to break a record, and you know, they had roster expansion. There were so many people joining in the wake of this.
Welcome to the league.
Deal.
It's a ton of fun. I'm happy and privileged to be a part of it. You, Colin?
Same here. Really happy and glad to be here. Throw over the middle. Oh, it's dropped. And it's dropped by number 10, Andrew James White. And you too can go from couch to the field. There's your information there. Your next opportunity to sign with the team will be Wednesday. Please check out the welcome channel in our Discord server to chat with league staff and team owners and players. And
there's lots of ways to participate. You can be a player. You can be part of the scouting staff. You can help build playbooks. You can do
and
stats.
The throw out cut to Giacomo Jones will be 4 yards short of the mark.
You can battle with me to end inane out routes that are run short of the sticks.
That is his second catch for Jones up 4 targets. Miller to 118 on 16 of 21 passing.
But Charleston gets their stop, Colin. Indeed.
Indeed, they did get their stop. And for this Nightwing defense, they've had the last 4 weeks to give up 3 points to New Orleans, 10 to Tallahassee, 10 to Houston, 3 to Tulsa, and currently they gave up 3 to Charleston. So this team gives yards begrudgingly and points
to almost no points to everybody.
And almost no points to everybody. Yes.
So the Denver defense doing very Denver defense things so far. Charleston obviously wants to change that.
Charleston over the middle. The throw is Carroll, and the former Nightwing is having himself a day as TD Drew is up to 134 and a pick. McCarl, 5 catches for 41 yards, using a nice spin move to get past the linebacker Josh Vasquez, along with others to bring him down. Here is Vaccaro. Here's the give to Swearingen. He only moved for about 1. And there's Deontay Phillips again. This guy has really stepped up from his reserve role in the wake of Sawchuk's unexpected injury.
You know, it was interesting about that. That was a fairly standard formation in this game for the Predators, Colin, and they just handed off to Swearingen off left tackle, left guard, and fooling nobody. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And here they go. Same formation again. This time they drop the middle, but it's blown up. And that's Baca again. His 2nd TFL. He picked up a sack.
I don't think Charleston's going to make much progress doing what I would call kind of fairly pedestrian plays against Denver at this point in the game.
And the kick is away. Turn is up to the 33. You know, Charleston is the first professional team of any kind to be permanently based in the Palmetto State.
Really? Their college football teams don't count as professionals? Oh, I'm sorry, a little SEC, ACC shade.
Well,
it's okay to laugh.
Whatever. Josh Miller in the I formation. Back to throw, fires it out to Jared McChesney. McChesney carrying people will pick up 5 yards.
That's a decent swing pass, like that.
Gives him plenty of room. There's a look at Jared at a 99-yard touchdown run from scrimmage. And McChesney, oh, he got rocked by Haight, but he picks up the first down.
As we get to near the end of the 3rd quarter, Colin, what's interesting is, at least so far, Denver appears to already be working on the clock.
Trying to shorten this ball game.
That's the idea. With at least running plays, they're not necessarily taking the play clock all the way down. They are trying to keep the clock moving.
3-3. Here's Miller, fires out to Keel, and Logan Keel got about 9.5 yards, close to 10. That's his 3rd catch on 6 targets.
Yeah, did you see how his spin move went back to the inside to try and stay in the field of play, which he did, keeping the clock moving.
We have a 2nd down and less than a yard. Jared McChesney sweeping wide on the ISO, picks up the first down. Tackle made by Haight and Connolly.
So Charleston had a couple of extra DBs on that side of the field. Appeared to know they were going to run a play that way because there weren't really people to cover coming out of a pattern unless it was the tight end. And they were just slow to get to the line. They seemed to know what the play was, but they still allowed the first down.
There they line up in a dime. The DBs are playing close to the receivers. Miller, quick drop, slant cut. Oh, Giacomo Jones. He couldn't hang on. So it was knocked out of his hand by the defender who just kind of ran into Jones. Here is 2nd and 10. Throw out. McChesney, he's knocked down by Brown, and that's what Jack Brown can do for you.
Ask what Brown can do for you. I love that. That passed me by for a second, Colin, but I caught it. Reached out and caught it as it went over my head. Brings up 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9. Just 2 conversions for the Night Wings as well. Both teams have struggled mightily on 3rd down. Miller, quick, over the middle. Oh, diving attempt by White. It's incomplete.
The 3rd down struggles continue. Which, you're right, it's funny. With all the yardage, a lot of it has been picked up on 1st and 2nd down to generate new 1st downs.
Here's Lily Long on the field to punt for the Night Wings. She gets a good boot on this one. So there's a diving attempt to block it. And this ball side the goal line, but the gunner ran too. That was
hard to argue against physics.
Adama
grabbing that ball on the goal line, running full speed.
We have 12 seconds left in this quarter. There's Echo Love trying to rally this defense. Bailey Bach has stepped up in a major way. He's gotten a sack and a key TFL the last couple of drives for this Nightwing defense. TD Drew fires out quickly to Swearingen. Spins off of Justin Jones and picks up the 1st down, and that'll most likely be the last play of this quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by AP Music on the 11 Sports Network. As we start the 4th quarter here, Charleston Predators are down 16-3. I'm Colin Northrup. He's Rick Northrup. We have Jeff Lowe manning the stats for us in the truck. There's a guy who really needs to get going. Keith Swearingen, 19 carries, 67 yards.
He could use a little better yards per carry, but he has been carrying the load.
And he breaks a tackle, but he gets blown up in the process.
A little street mugging right there as he gets bear hugged to the turf, but not before picks up a good chunk of yardage. Bring up 2nd and short.
Broke the tackle of the new cornerback, and
so it's 2nd and 2. And again, as you pointed out, Charleston's down 2 scores, and they're now into the 4th frame. They've got to get themselves on the board and do it quickly. They've been actually able to stop Denver fairly regularly.
And he ran over Echo Love, but he got stuck by, is that Phillips again? Yes, it was. 1st down to the 41. You know, they got to look more at the chunk plays. Sean Harrelson had a drop in the end zone. He has a 1 catch.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just too big of a target not to go to. They go to Swearingen again. This time he's holed up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to your point on that 2nd and short, Colin, maybe they should have taken a shot, intermediate or a deep route.
Don't forget, coming up tonight, we have the Vancouver Legion taking on the Tallahassee Pride. The Houston Hyenas taking on the Tulsa Desperados. And then tonight at 10 o'clock, we have Atlanta taking on Queen City. Followed by 3 games tomorrow. As Swearingen spins and makes good use out of it. He picks up 6. TD Drew with 151 now.
Yeah, they're going to their horse, aren't they, Colin? They know they need yardage, and they're trying to keep Swearingen in on almost every play now.
This time he split out wide as a receiver.
See if they bring any pressure. Denver doesn't show it. Nope.
And they fired a slant cut. It's first down yardage complete. That is Sean Harrelson.
T.D. Drew's been watching the Nightwing linebackers drop into coverage on almost every play, and he takes advantage and throws underneath.
That is the second catch for 32 yards for Harrelson. Off-season acquisition from Sioux Falls.
2 for 32. Nice. Take that any day.
Here is Drew to Swearinger. Has a block and gets 3 yards.
Not much. I think they were obviously hoping for more than that one. His talent. That is a tough go. So 2nd and 7. They don't want to get into get into third down territory since that doesn't.
Two
seem
receivers
to be very productive.
to the bottom. Swearinger will get stopped at the line of scrimmage by a major way. And I think we're having requests for the Rick meter.
Rick meter
being put out.
Rick
Tom
meter.
Rahman Sr. says he wants some Rick meter action.
Well, the Rick meter is solidly in the Denver side right now. It had been shading Denver's way in the first half, but
early it was shaded toward Charleston. Then they missed a kick.
Yeah, right. We actually didn't publicize that.
Here's the 37. They run, and Swearinger picks up the first down. No, that is Carroll Knight again.
Wow.
He was in earlier for a couple plays when Swearinger was getting that finger looked at, and he took Josh Vasquez for a little bit of a ride.
A little bit of a ride. Yeah, so until now, Charleston can put some more points on the board. It is indicating a Denver win at this point. Thank you, Mr. Rump.
Quick drop, firing out to Vaquero, rather, not Vaccaro. And that was a diving catch for 4 yards. I thought that was knocked away from the receiver. Don't forget to like the Simulation Football League on Facebook at Facebook/SimulationFL. Promote to your friends and share your SFL glory. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well at Simulation. Keith Swearinger, that was Knight rather, stopped in the backfield by Baca. And this defense starting to put the vice clamps down.
Yes, indeed.
There's Sawchuk. He's on the sidelines, but he hasn't come back in the game yet. Drew over the middle. Short completion. Get to the 23. And 2 yards short of the mark.
Denver is trying to stiffen up on their D, Colin, but also they've been helped out by the Charleston play calling, which has been unimpressive to me here the last couple of drives. As you noted, they need some chunks and they need some money. But your Predators making a bid to get into the red zone.
That 4th and 2 situation. And it looks like a staring contest. And they're not going to blink. That's not a smart call.
Nobody's blinking. Well, at this point, Colin, I suppose.
Alan Armides, the head coach.
You're down 2 scores. And
he's talking to T.D. Drew. He's pointing, saying, hey, we wasted a real opportunity.
Right. But they can kick a field goal. And that's not bad at this point.
There's Moyer. This will be from about 47 where they spot it. Snap, spot, kick is good from 39. They'll officially mark it, so it's 16-6 ball game. And you're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on the 11th Sports Network. This afternoon's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is brought to you in part by Nation's Best Football, helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to help secure the bag. ScoreStream, the official live scoring app of the SFL. Buy Sector 6 custom esports jerseys and apparel and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And SpyGo, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage, and that is just gorgeous footage of the South Carolina coastline.
Absolutely. Always love seeing those pictures, and we've got Charleston trying to make this into something. They're beginning to run out of time with 5 minutes to go here in the column.
And here is the return by Steven Vega. Circles back and gets tackled at 19. His brother Jeremy's going to give him a hard time for that.
Indeed.
Yeah. That last drive by the Predators was a 57-yard drive on 13 plays. As Josh Miller will operate by himself from the shotgun. And the throw down the field is complete to Logan Keel for a pickup of 7. Take a look at all of the signings from this week. The two players who were signed in this game, Amanda Moyer has made a couple of field goals. And Adama made a TFL at the last Charleston possession. And you can see the rest of them on there. As McChesney up the middle on the I formation, carrying defenders past the marker to first down. Continue to grind the clock.
Yep, and this is a bad situation for Charleston. They can help the defense can help themselves out if they can get us, but the offense is going to have to pick up their game and move down the field smartly.
31. On the play clock wind down. Exactly at 10. Jared McChesney gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Beautiful tackle by Sam Lance, rather.
Sam Lance, there we go. Oh, look at this. Have we seen this one from Denver yet?
We've seen it a couple times, two tight ends, but not out of a split.
Yeah.
Usually teams run it out of an eye.
Yep.
Here's McChesney up the middle. He goes. He picks up the first down with ease.
Well, and that's just a helmet, boys, and we're coming right at you play. Denver continues to impress, Colin.
And the line block the three guys down.
They can go long, they can spread you out, and they can play some man ball.
Yeah, we've seen London play plenty of man ball, and the few times we called their games.
It's a reason. There's a reason Denver's 5-1 heading into this contest.
Three-man backfield setup. Steve Aoki in front of McChesney, along with the reserve tight end. He ran it down to 2 beautifully that time, and Jared McChesney will pick up 3 yards. And that's another tackle for Brandon Haight.
He has been a force on the Charleston side of the ball.
He's got 7 tackles.
Is that right?
Jared McChesney continues to creep ever closer to 100 yards. He's 94 yards on 20 carries. And the small contingent of fans from the Mile High City, some in the nosebleed seats, are probably thinking, give Kramer an opportunity to kick another field goal so he can go 50 for 50.
That's right.
Here's to get to McChesney on the ISO up the middle, and Jared will pick up 2 yards.
Denver.
Jack Brown on the hit.
Sorry, Denver content to just continue to chew up clock. I'm not sure they are really going to be bothered if they have to give the ball back to Charleston.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. Here in Charleston, you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on 11 Sports Network. Third down and 5 out of the 2-minute warning for the Denver Nightwings, up 16-6. And Josh Miller to throw.
Oh!
It's knocked down by Zachary Bates.
Nice individual effort there as he finds himself a little bit in no man's land, hoping that pass is thrown flat. Maybe he has a chance at it.
So Charleston does not have to burn one or both their remaining timeouts. And Millie Long on the field for a punt.
Charleston hoping for a little lightning strike here and be a decent return or even a return for a score. Obviously really help them out here.
And the punt is away. Fair catch called for by Mr. Bates.
So, Colin, what do you think? What are you looking for? Well, A, what do you think Charleston should do on offense? And B, what do you think they will do as we get a look at the upcoming schedule?
We got Vancouver, Tallahassee coming up at 5. Then at 7:30 Eastern, Houston at Tulsa. And then Atlanta at Queen City at 10. And then here is Keith Swearingen, takes the screen, spins.
Gets a first down. Okay.
And it trips to the bottom. I don't know if the backups are in at this point. Here's Drew, fires a post cut, wide open.
Oh.
Is Vaccaro.
It's a
He
foot
breaks
race.
it down, and he's not going to outrun the 2 defenders down there. All the way down to the 17. The biggest play for Vaccaro, the former Nightwing, getting revenge against his former team.
Finally, you get your big yardage play, Colin, out of Charleston. And they get themselves in fine position. Maybe 1 or 2 plays to try and stick it in the end zone.
Vaccaro, that was a 57-yard bomb. He's up to 98 yards. Stephen Keedy drew a 24-31, 238 pick. Here's a quick drop. Over the middle, slant cut. Almost a first down.
Almost. See,
But they mark him. Drew quickly to the line of scrimmage now. Deep drop. Fires to the end zone. Knocked away, and it's picked off. Jeff Vasquez. He's down, but out of sheer frustration,
Oh, no.
Shea Carroll knocks him down. And my goodness.
Charleston was making a bid to make it super interesting. And that was the play they needed to score on. And instead, they throw it to the Nightwings, who take over on their own 20, Colin. And that's going to do it with Charleston only has 1 more timeout.
And then Josh Miller with the kneel down, and the timeout is called.
The ritual burning of the final timeout. So it's all over now except the crying. And that's going to drop Charleston to 2-5. Denver will advance to 6-1. Still looking like one of the princes of the league. Nothing we've seen in the game here today, Colin, to change that. Maybe the lowered output on the Denver scoring side.
Right. As the kneel down was taken again by Miller.
Probably says more about the Charleston defense than anything that they were able to hold Denver to 16 points. Unfortunately, the Denver defense did Denver defense things and held Charleston to 6.
You too can go from couch to field like Amanda Moyer. Your next opportunity to sign will be Wednesday.
Amanda Moyer comes on the field and kicks a field goal today, and Adama had a tackle for loss, another new first-time player today on the field, Colin.
And Miller downs the ball one more time. And let the countdown begin. The Night Wings move to 5-1. Coming up next, we have the Vancouver Legion taking on the Tallahassee Pride. And Pride Park in Tallahassee, Florida, always a very difficult place to play, followed by Houston at Tulsa and Atlanta at Queen City. And the final score, Denver Night Wings 16, Charleston Predators 6.
Indeed.
As we take a look at the post-game, Rick, what are your thoughts?
Well, look how even the time of possession was. Predators have an edge in total yardage.
But ultimately, the two turnovers.
Two turnovers and a missed field goal. I mean, that's it. And, they acquitted themselves pretty well.
So Jared McChesney does not break 100 yards. He ends up with 96. Here's one of Amanda Moyer's kicks that she made.
A successful kick, indeed.
And this Nightwing defense, it can take this team far. So there's a look at Vaccaro's catch and run. He almost had 98 yards, 57 of which came on that one play. The Nightwings won their last 5 ball games in a row. The player of the game, drum roll, please, it is Jared McChesney, 22 carries for 97 yards and touchdown. Also had 44 yards receiving, so over 100 total yards for him. For those of us at the Simulation Football, I'm Colin North. He's Rick North. For Jeff Lowe on stats and our executive producer, Cameron Irvine. Thank you, everyone. Don't go away. There's games coming up at the top of the hour, 5 o'clock.